Welcome back to another episode of the MolarBear. Today, we are sitting down with Dr. Rimmy ma'am, a distinct dental professional with a stabilizing career. Originally hailing from Delhi, she is currently serving as an associate professor at Government Dental College in Jamnagar. Ma'am is recognized for her multi-faced contribution to the field of dentistry, ranging from her editorial roles to her special practice in smile designing and implants. Let's dive into the journey and gather some insights from her rich experience. Hello, ma'am. Very good evening. Welcome to the show.
Uh, Thank you so much for inviting me, Dr. Ganendra. It's indeed a pleasure to be here.
Same here, ma'am. So let's begin with could you just share how your journey in dentistry began, ma'am?
My journey in dentistry, जहाँ तक सबकी कहानी होती है, हर किसी को MBBS में ही एडमिशन लेना होता है. So back in 2002, so उस टाइम पे क्या रहता था कि there were very few colleges. So we all had to appear through single PMT exam, and because seats were very few, तो बहुत कम का एडमिशन होता था. तो फर्स्ट टाइम आई डिड नॉट गेट थ्रू. देन सेकेंड टाइम आई अगेन अपियर्ड फॉर द एग्जाम, and my DPMT rank, that is Delhi PMT rank, was 188. But even after getting such a good rank, I did not get, because उस time पे overall seats in dentistry were only 40.
Okay.
So then I got through Manipal entrance, and as usual गए counseling के लिए, and my rank was 412. That also all India, but गए तो before, just 10 ranks before me, MBBS got over, and my papa was super furious. And so yes, I did not choose dentistry, but dentistry chose me.
Oh, wow.
But after that, I thought that probably I was made for this field.
Hello. देर आए दुरुस्त है. Never mind, ma'am.
There are
Well, ma'am, this was your undergraduate journey. How about your PG, ma'am? मतलब, how did you come into prosthodontics?
So basically, as I said, कि जब मुझे लगा कि डेंटिस्ट्री ने मुझे चूज किया है, so once I joined dentistry, I realized कि मेरा हैंडवर्क काफी अच्छा है. तो सेकेंड ईयर में प्रोस्तो आया, I topped the preclinical prosto. Then again, I got highest marks in prosto. Everywhere my handwork was good, and I always loved prosthodontics. So when exam हुआ and I cleared through merit, so I had two options, either to go for orthodontics or prosthodontics, because those were my chosen branches. And since you must be knowing कि AB Shetty Dental College has a very high reputation in
Yeah.
terms of prosthodontics, so I chose to be a prosthodontist.
Yeah, wow, ma'am, this is hard to hear that someone, especially a female, likes in prosto.
I love prosto. I'm a
Despite
hardcore prosthodontist.
Wow, that's good to hear you. Well, ma'am, as the editor in chief of National Journal of Indian Dental Association and the only person in the history of Gujarat to hold this position, what inspired you to take such a pivotal role and how it shaped your perspective on the dental community, ma'am?
Frankly, what happened is that जब I was a central council member from Gujarat, that also came because sitting in Jamnagar, it's a very small town. But हमारे tenure में we did so many activities that national level पे we got recognition in the Women Dental Council.
Wow.
Then I got the Best National Secretary Award. Then after that, because of those activities, I I contested for a central council member and I was chosen. So during this time only, Dr. Dhoble noticed me. And when Dr. Ashok Dhoble, who's the honorary secretariat of, Secretary General of IDA, he
Yeah.
called me and said, कि Rimi, I want you to be the editor in chief of this magazine. ऐसी मैगजीन जो रोज हमारे हाथ में आती थी एंड आई वाज वेरी वेल अवेयर दैट इट इज अ पब्लिक अवेयरनेस
Mm-hmm.
मैगजीन ऑल द आर्टिकल्स आर बेसिकली जो लोगों को ये बताए कि डेंटिस्ट्री के बारे में ये सही है ये सही नहीं है ये आपको अगर लगता है तो ये झूठ है और ये आपको अगर लगता है तो ये सही है
Mm-hmm.
अगर आपको दांत निकालने से लगता है कि मेरी आंख कमजोर हो जाएगी तो वो डेफिनेटली एक गलत बात है तो ये सारी चीजों के लिए पब्लिक अवेयरनेस एंड सारे आर्टिकल्स देने के लिए तो आई वाज वेरी एक्साइटेड व्हेन आई गॉट दिस
Mm-hmm.
and yes since then meeting forming the whole team because Dhoble sir had told me that you have all the right to choose your own team
Yeah.
so I chose people from different parts of the country and we formed a team and everyone starting from Dr. Romika Vadhera, Dr. Diksha. Dr. Romika is from Chandigarh, Dr. Diksha is there from Baroda, then Dr. Chandramouli GC ke hai jo head,
Mm-hmm.
he's from Hyderabad, and Dr. Arun Suraj, he's from Chennai. Then Dr. Madhvi Barai, who's from Rajkot. So basically, everyone who had things and who had content to them, we formed a team and we worked for the public awareness. So
Oh,
yes, I have been liking since then.
oh, wow, ma'am. And that's really commendable and kudos for you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. But it's indeed, I mean, it was unbelievable for me when I received that call.
Your role as a Central Council member at National IDEA is undoubtedly influential. How do you envision the future of dentistry in India, and what initiative do you believe are critical for its advancement, ma'am?
आई फील वो कहते हैं ना एकता में बल है द बिगेस्ट विजन आई वुड वांट टू हैव इज इफ ऑल डेंटिस्ट गेट यूनाइटेड ये जो एक बेसिक स्प्लिट हो रहा है हर एक लेवल पे पीपल आर एक इंसान दूसरे को काट रहा है दैट इज व्हाट इज एक्चुअली डिग्रेडिंग द लेवल ऑफ डेंटिस्ट्री सो आई फील वो दैट इज वन सेक्टर वेयर वी नीड टू वर्क ऑन because if we are one we will be able to portray ourselves at different fronts in front of different associations dentistry is not about dentistry I would say it is basically oral and the whole stomatognatic system so हमारे शास्त्रों में भी ऐसा कहा है कि स्वस्थ शरीर का द्वार स्वस्थ मुख से निकलता है
Yeah, yeah.
तो अगर स्वस्थ मुख से निकलता है तो अगर आप जो खा रहे हैं आप जो जिस तरह से आपको किसी तरह के इन्फेक्शन है इवन our culture root from there so we need to tell the world that dentistry is not about only dentistry it is oral and stomatognatic system people are doing sinus surgeries people are doing zygomatic implants people are doing cancer rehabilitations people are doing oral cancer resections people are doing commando operations there are countless things which a dentist does much better so that is one thing which we have to do stay united stay sure and make the world believe that we are beyond dentists.
Wow, this could be a wonderful message for the dentists who are listening to us. So, guys, it's time, it's high time actually that we need to get united and work as one dentist, one team. Thank you, ma'am. Well, ma'am, you have played a significant role as an associate dentist during the launch of Clove Dental back in 2012. Can you share some insights into your experience during the inception of Clove Dental, especially considering it had only one office at that time and now it's a huge chain of dental clinic?
yes back in 2012 आप सब लोग क्लोव डेंटल को क्लोव डेंटल के नाम से जानते हैं बट व्हेन आई जॉइंड द कंपनी the company's name was Star Dental. So it is the original and the parent company is actually Star Dental, which is a unit of Global Health Services.
Okay.
And उस time पे their dental clinics chain there was this meeting where Mr. Amrinder was there. Then हमारा जो main office था that was in Haus Khas. So we had a clinic where everyone was working.
Mhm.
We were only 4 dentists that time. एंड देन जस्ट नेक्स्ट टू दैट जस्टिस आनंद, यू मस्ट बी नोइंग, जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज रह चुके
Yeah.
हैं,
Mm-hmm.
उनके ही घर में द ऑफिस वाज देयर.
Okay.
This what you call as जो marketing team and the whole administrative office,
Uh-huh.
it used to be there. So we actually started from there. And Dr. Hari Prakash, who was AIMS who has stayed and worked as AIMS HOD, who has stayed as chairman of ITS, he was also associated. So basically, after in 2012, जब मैं मई में I cleared my PG,
Mm-hmm.
so I was searching for a place to join, and I gave this interview
Mm-hmm.
at Clove. Then Hari Prakash sir only took my interview.
Mm-hmm.
After that, because there was no confirmation, so I had gone to ITS also to join as a staff.
Mm-hmm.
So there, Dr. Akshay Bhargav took me to meet Dr. Hari Prakash.
Mm-hmm.
Ki she is a bright candidate. Let us put her as a person on our team in our college. So Hari Prakash sir saw me, and then he instantly got reminded that I interviewed you a few days back. You wanted to join Clove, and
Yeah.
you were so good in clinical. So I was like, yes, sir, but I have not got any confirmation as yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, okay, then you wait for 2 days. And within 2 days from the HR department, I got a call, and we were sitting for negotiation of my salary and everything. And that's why I was one of the first 5 employees.
Mm-hmm.
And Clove का जो launch था, it was in the place where I was working. So Rajouri Garden में, the Clove launch, the whole picture and everything, उसके basement में ही जो मेरा center था, the Clove dental name itself was launched for the first time. We had the first mobile clinic, and in those 8 months or 10 months, I even had set up the lab for them. And I was actually looking to work with them for a long time, but किसी कारण से, वो कहते हैं ना कि जो नसीब में होता है, उसी तरह भगवान के फैसले हमारे फैसले से ज्यादा बेहतर होते हैं.
Nice.
So I am in Jamnagar.
Well, ma'am, you have also been a speaker to a TEDx forum, which is an remarkable achievement, actually. How did this opportunity come about, and what message or innovation did you bring to that stage, basically?
It is very rare for a dentist to be speaking about the motivational speeches. But no, I seriously. But whenever I anchor, I always start with a quote
Mm-hmm.
from any of our shastra. Like one of my favorite ones are कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन
Katachanam.
मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भुर्मा ते संगोत्सव कर्मणि. यानी कि हे पार्थ, तू कर्म के फल की इच्छा मत रख, सिर्फ कर्म करता रहे. और अगर तुझे उस कर्म के फल से कोई फायदा ना हो, तो उस कर्म का फल ना मिलने से तू अटैच मत हो. यानी कि कर्म का फल ना मिले तो कर्म छोड़ दे, ऐसा कभी मत करना. सो दैट इज वन थिंग विच वी हैव टू एम फॉर. तो जब भी मैं कभी अपने स्टूडेंट्स को इनसे रिलेटेड या कुछ भी बात बोलती थी, तो वन ऑफ द पीपल हु न्यू मी हैड सजेस्टेड एंड नॉमिनेटेड मी फॉर दिस टॉक. देन आई गॉट द मेल एंड आई एक्सेप्टेड इट, एंड दैट्स हाउ आई गिव द टॉक. एंड माय टॉक वाज आल्सो ऑन अनशीथिंग द मिथ.
Okay.
आप अगर सुनना चाहेंगे और आपके पास वक्त है, तो मैं एक छोटा सा एक उदाहरण देती हूँ कैसे हमारे शास्त्र हमें सिखाते हैं.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
ओके, तो आपको ये पता होगा कि हमारे शास्त्रों में ऐसा कहा है, हमारे 4 युग थे.
Mm-hmm.
सतयुग, त्रेता युग, द्वापर युग और कलयुग.
Kalyug.
तो सतयुग की कहानी अगर देखें, तो हमारा 2 लैंड्स थे. एक में देवता थे और एक में दैत्य थे.
Mm-hmm.
और बीच में एक समुंदर था.
Mm-hmm.
समुद्र मंथन होता है, अमृत चला जाता है देवताओं के पास, और जो जहर होता है वो चला जाता है दानव के पास. ये पूरी कहानी हमें पता है.
Mm-hmm.
बट इस पूरी कहानी में एक चीज जो देखनी है, वो है शत्रु और के 2 शत्रुओं के बीच का डिस्टेंस.
Mm-hmm.
दोनों के बीच में 2 कॉन्टिनेंट्स थे, जिनके बीच में समुंदर था. अभी जैसे ही हम आते हैं त्रेता युग की तरफ, अब जो कहानी है वो है राम और रावण की. राम भारत से और रावण
Sri Lanka se.
श्रीलंका से. तो जो 2 कॉन्टिनेंट की कहानी में शत्रु और पास आ गया,
Mm-hmm.
और आ गया 2 कंट्रीज के बीच में. अब जैसे ही हम जाते हैं द्वापर युग में, तो द्वापर युग के बिगनिंग में पहली लड़ाई होती है कृष्ण और कंस के बीच.
Mm-hmm.
दोनों के बीच का रिश्ता क्या है? मामा और भांजा।
भांजा।
तो शत्रु और पास आ गया, और जैसे ही द्वापर युग का अंत होता है और हम कलयुग के बिगनिंग में आते हैं, लड़ाई होती है जहाँ पे हमारी गीता लिखी गई है, कौरव और पांडव की, दोनों के बीच का रिश्ता,
भाइयों का।
भाइयों का। तो हमारा शत्रु और पास आ गया। तो शायद हमारे पूर्वज हमें ये बताना चाहते थे कि कलयुग के अंत में तुम्हारा शत्रु और भी ज्यादा पास आ जाएगा, यानी वो और कहीं नहीं, तुम्हारे खुद में छुपा होगा। And that is why you have even the scientific backgrounds where nowadays you see that people are having a lot of issues because they are taking stress. The stress is killing them. Overthinking is killing them. The depression is actually giving its psychosomatic effects to another extent. In our generation, there are countless people who are dying. They are not having an age which is to die, but they are dying because of heart attack, single shot heart attack, and people are just not living. They're not even surviving. So this is what is one of the example of how our Shastra were going to teach us.
Wow, ma'am. This is actually enlightening. Uh,
Thank you.
well, I was talking about the international platform. First of all, congratulations, ma'am, for your presentation, which has been selected for US. Team
Oh,
MolarBear,
thank you, thank you.
Team MolarBear congratulates you. So, well, ma'am, could you just elaborate what is that about basically, and what are you gonna present there?
Okay, since you know I work in the government sector and it's in Gujarat. So Gujarat had a very strong hit of mucormycosis.
Yeah.
Like जितना ज़्यादा COVID का था, that people were not finding oxygen. Here we had countless people suddenly, like 2 months after the second wave, we saw people coming with pus discharge, loose teeth, and this was predominantly a rhinocerebral type of mucormycosis. And if they were not treated, or rather if the surgery was not done timely, there were people who were dying. And उस particular time पे we needed a particular amphotericin which was liposomal amphotericin. Amphotericin में भी दो तरह के आते हैं. So this particular one was more titrated, and you would not believe that it was running in black in the market. There are people I am aware of who have paid till 18 lakh rupees just to get the perfect dose of liposomal amphotericin.
My God.
सो गवर्नमेंट में डेफिनेटली जिस तरह आपके रामडेसिविर का रिस्ट्रिक्ट हो गया था, डोजेजेस एंड द सप्लाई, दैट वे एक एक एम्फोटेरिसिन वायल्स का सप्लाई वाज काउंटेड. We had beds and beds running. There were at least 200 people who were suffering from mucormycosis, and everyone in a span of a week, a young person would come and he would be told that you will have to remove your whole maxilla and you will have open defects. People were taking time to decide, but we have seen people losing parts of their face and alveolus and suddenly becoming into a situation which is post cancer resection like. So then came the time when we had to rehabilitate those cases. So अगर कोई 28 साल का बंदा है and has survived COVID but is living with loss of alveolus, so that is not a loss of teeth, no face, no aesthetics, nothing. Well, so we have to rehabilitate them somehow. People have lost their eyes also. A lot of countless people have lost their eyes. So we had to rehabilitate people for that. So my report is basically on the different techniques of rehabilitating mucormycosis cases, in which I have included cases like there is one case which is a young female, and I have placed single zygomatic implant and one pterygoid and one dental implant. And there is a rims bar I have made. I'm yet to patent it, but yeah, so that's how we have rehabilitated. So why I say this rims bar is very unique, because generally what happens is कि mucormycosis के बाद या dissection cases में the prosthetic size is very high. Okay, so the size is high, so metal आप जब उतना लंबा framework बनाते हो, the metal becomes very heavy. Now these people already have atrophic jaws. There is absolutely nothing inside their
Oral
mouth.
cavity.
There's nothing inside their oral cavity. Zygomatic implant में भी वो side का alveolar support भी नहीं होता. Just you have those zygomatic bones and the maxillary part of zygomatic bone, which is just lying with you. So, us cases में, it's not like a regular case of atrophic jaw. It is much worse than that. So you need a prosthesis which is light. Now, if you go for a titanium, so titanium is a very light metal, but it's very expensive when you want to make the prosthesis with titanium. So my design of rims bar is digitally designed, and it's made in a way that even if you make it in cobalt chrome, the total weight of the prosthesis is only 13 to 14 grams,
Wow.
which is equivalent to titanium. So
Amazing,
that's
ma'am.
about it. Yeah.
Amazing.
It's
Congratulations, ma'am, and we hope a lot of success to you. आप ऐसे
thank you,
ही
thank
इंडिया का
you.
नाम और डेंटिस्ट्री का नाम ऊपर करते रहो.
Thank you,
Uh,
thank you.
well, ma'am, your membership in Occupational Health Association, which include major industry players like Reliance, Narayana, Apollo, Tata, and PNG Group, is unique for dentistry. Could you shed some light on your involvement and its significance in border healthcare landscape?
Me and my association with occupational health has been very different. And it came not via dentistry for me this time, but it came via my anchoring skills.
Wow.
So this industry basically has all doctors and all health safety workers who are working on this field. Basically, हर एक बड़ी industry में they need to have a clearance from occupational health, because anything they are using, it has to be a human friendly thing. It should not be harming the humankind, not even be harming their own workers. So that is what is this association about. And even not just at Indian level, ICOH, that is the International Congress of Occupational Health, that is also an association which is attached very closely to Indian Association of Occupational Health. So generally, they do not have many dentists on the panel, and they have hardly any dentists. I think nationwide, if you see, there'll be very few dentists on the panel. But they had their national conference in Rajkot, and they have a rule that one of the member only has to do the anchoring. So when Dr. R. Rajesh, who is in Mumbai, Reliance, he's associated to Reliance. He was the president. So he was told that there is a woman in Jamnagar who speaks well and who will be a good anchor also. And if you allow, we can make her a member. She can handle. So that is the time Dr. R. Rajesh had flew to Reliance Township, which is close to Jamnagar, and then he came to Jamnagar city to meet me. And then he said, "Yes, she is nice." So that is how, because of the anchoring, I became a part of Indian Association of Occupational Health. Yes,
Got.
and I'm recently on my mucormycosis only when I presented in their state conference. So all the doctors who are there, where Sterling is a part, PNG is a part, Nayara is a part, Reliance is a part, they all were stunned, and I even got second best paper award among all the medical doctors also for my paper.
Wow. Wow. It's actually very credible. And guys, develop some other skills other than dentistry. You never know when God focuses spotlight on you. Well, it's not God, it's your hard work, ma'am. uh,
Thank you, thank you.
well,
No, but this was God driven only.
winning award is a testament to your excellence, ma'am. Could you share some of the memorable moments, such as receiving the Best National Secretary Award at Indore and being facilitated by the Governor of Kerala at Trivandrum? Many other awards also you have won. So, any memorable awards which you would like to share with us?
When it comes to memorable award, I would say the Best National Secretary Award was indeed something which made me feel very proud, because what had happened is that even if I'm from Delhi, when you shift to a smaller city, people do not judge a doctor by the credential the doctor holds or by the skills the doctor holds. People generally or general public judges you by the city you are belonging to,
True.
which is not so right. So even when when I was shifted to Jamnagar, when Jamnagar got its spot at national level and among the 450 branches of IDA has 450 local branches. Among those, when I was the chosen one, because we had done so much work and we had done so many activities, and Jamnagar had its spot at national level. So I felt really good about the whole thing.
Wow, ma'am, and we wish that you bag up many more awards
Mm,
for the
thank
field of
you.
dentistry. Well, ma'am, your practice is dedicated to smile designing and implants. So, what
Yes.
sparks your interest into this specialized field, and what innovations and advancement do you foresee in this area of dentistry? Although you have done many advancement, you had told us back about one of them, but we would like to hear other any advancements which.
Okay, so about smile design and implants, one thing I would see is मुझे कभी भी कोई हंसता नहीं है ना, तो वो पसंद नहीं है. मुझे अपनी आँख के सामने सिर्फ हंसते चेहरे पसंद है. And that is what I tell my students also कि smile दांत के लिए नहीं होती, smile चेहरे के लिए होती है. So whenever you are designing a smile, design the smile for that face. It's a beautiful looking woman. She's supposed to be having small teeth, rounded teeth, tiny ones, have golden proportion. If she is a normal looking individual, she's supposed to have red proportion. So, those are the things, and, creating small illusion. And, when people smile, I really like to see smiling faces. So that is the reason I even all my cases I would plan an immediate rehabilitation or temporizing them by any way कि तुम मुझसे मिलने से पहले चाहे कैसे भी रहे हो मुझसे मिलने के बाद मुझे तुम्हें हंसते हुए देखना है. So that is about smile design and about advancements. I feel the implant industry is evolving quite a lot, and as how we are going more towards the orthopedic industry. So I feel nowadays when the implant designs are evolving, there'll be more of the designs when we will be focusing on a combination of endobasal, that is having an endosseous design, but having an active thread at the apical end, and engaging the cortex even with the endosseous implant. So I feel something similar to that, where you will have the, sturdiness of an endosseous implant and the active intervention and holding on the cortical bone of a basal implant. Those designs will be evolving very soon and will be able to give teeth to patients faster.
Wow, sounds really very futuristic, ma'am. Ma'am, as a keynote speaker, you delivered over 150 lectures at various state, national, and international conferences. What topic do you find most crucial to address in these forums, and how do you engage with this diverse audience, ma'am? No doubt it's your speaking and your anchoring skills, but other than that,
ओके, जहाँ तक बात रहती है बात की हाउ डू यू एंगेज द ऑडियंस, तो आई विल टेल यू स्मॉल थिंग दैट माय रूट्स आर एक्चुअली नॉट फ्रॉम दिल्ली. आई एम माय बर्थ प्लेस इज जोधपुर.
okay.
My roots are from Rajasthan. My parents are Rajasthani. My dada had shifted to Delhi. That's the reason, my mummy is from Jodhpur. So I come to Delhi, and then most of, my life I have been in Delhi. So I know Marwari language well. Then, being in Delhi, Punjabi, Haryanvi, all those things well. Then I went to South, I had to learn Kannada, Malayalam, and then I married in Gujarat and I had to learn Gujarati here. તો જે બધા ગુજરાતી મને અત્યારે સાંભળી રહ્યા છીએ, હું ખરેખર બહુ સરસ ગુજરાતીમાં વાત કરી શકું એમ છું. तो ऐसा रहता है. तो सबसे पहले जब आप ऑडियंस को देखते हैं, आपको ये जानना है कि व्हाट काइंड ऑफ ऑडियंस इज दैट. are those people who are going to be general practitioners. So they will be interested more in the clinical cases, and they will be more comfortable in very, very simple languages. And when it comes to forums which are specialized forums, certainly those people are the ones who are more interested in, your researches, and how many articles you have taken, and how you are progressing towards it, and they actually appreciate the scientific language more. सो कई बार आपको अपनी लैंग्वेज बदल के बात करनी पड़ती है, बिकॉज देयर इज अ ह्यूज पॉपुलेशन, स्पेशली व्हेन इट्स अ जनरल डेंटिस्ट्री ग्रुप, दे स्टार्ट फीलिंग मोर एसोसिएटेड. तो हिंदी हमारी मातृभाषा है, जब हम उससे बोलते हैं तो डेफिनेटली हर किसी के दिल को छू ही जाती है.
Oh. Well, ma'am, coming to the end of the show, one question which I ask to all of my guests, that what advice do you have for the budding dentist who are aspiring to make a meaningful impact in the field, considering your vast and successful journey in dentistry, ma'am?
सिंस आपने बोला आपने आज तक अपने सारे के सारे गेस्ट से ये पूछा है, तो मुझे लगता है मुझसे कहीं ज्यादा बेटर एडवाइस उन लोगों ने दे दी होगी अभी तक. बट मैं एक छोटी सी चीज ही कहना चाहूंगी, टू ग्रो अडिग अविचलित निष्ठा, यानी कि ऐसी निष्ठा, सच डेडिकेशन टूवर्ड्स योर एफर्ट which cannot be moved by anyone, which cannot be shaken by anyone. That will make you achieve wherever you are, whatever field you choose. You are bound to achieve success. And if not success, you will at least be achieving happiness, which is much beyond success. Thank you so much, MolarBear, for this.
Well, ma'am, well, thank you very much. Well, ma'am, your journey indeed is a source of inspiration for many in dental community, and we thank you for sharing your high value insights with us today. And thank you very much for taking out your precious time for us, ma'am.
Thank you so much, MolarBear, for this opportunity. Indeed, this is going to be my first podcast, but it's gone so smooth. Thank you for making me so comfortable.
Thank you once again, ma'am. Well, this was a very insightful session by Dr. Remy, ma'am. I'm your host, Dr. Ganendra, and as we wrap up this insightful conversation, I encourage all our listeners to connect us on social media and keep an ear out for upcoming episode of the MolarBear. Stay engaged, remain inquisitive, and continue to share your wonderful smile with the world. Thank you for joining us today. Bye bye. Take care.